still water. And that's the question is kind of, okay, the filter water is a lot better than sink water because the filters get rid of a lot of your pesticides, a lot of your parasites and bacteria. There's even some systems that have lead in them. But it still has minerals. The filters in they don't get rid of the minerals that we want to try to get rid of when we're cleansing. The still water is known as the empty water, which means it has nothing in it. No minerals, nothing, if you test it. But I would definitely, filter water is okay, it's not going to kill you. It's better than sink water. But if you really want to do a cleanse, it's better to use distilled water so we can start to break down some of the inorganic minerals in the body. But you're doing a lot better than just drinking straight tap. Yeah.
Got a couple of comments. A couple of things that you're saying is that this other doctor come up with are logical things. One of them, your body being 50% water, tells you that if you can go through and re-clean all that liquid, it's got to be good for you.
Exactly.
And then another thing, about 40 or 50 years ago, I was at a revival and there was a doctor, I don't know whether he would come up with it, because the only thing I remember from this was he said the human body, when it was made, would have never died. Because it reproduced itself, it would cleanse itself. And of course, we all know, Adam and Eve messed us up by eating an apple. Yeah. And I'm not for sure it was an apple, but whatever they did is what introduced to your body. So all this stuff you're talking about, all that stuff was probably in the garden, all these herbs and spices, and that's what Adam and Eve ate. Yeah, and then after they sinned, if you want to call it that, after they did that, then that's when the body started to deteriorate.
Exactly.
So all that's logical. People.
Yeah.
It's not like some way off in left field thing.
And then you make a good point. Exactly correct. Because what we do is the slogan is to get well, you stop doing the things that make you sick and do the things that make you well. And it's simple. It's a simple concept. It's just hard for some people to implement because it takes a relearning of how to live and cook and all that. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. I've been eating like this for probably 7 years, and it's a way of life for me now. So.
When someone does the mucusless diet for the cleanse, how long do they stay on that diet? Is that forever, or is it a certain period of time?
She asked if you're cleansing on the mucusless diet, do you have to stay on it forever, or is it just for a limited amount of time? Well, okay, there's two answers. We can use it to heal, and when we get well, we can decide to go back to what we were doing that made us sick. And we'll probably get sick again. So you can either decide, okay, I want to commit to this mucusless diet most of my life, so my odds of getting sick are a lot lower. Now, once you get well, you can indulge here and there, like on the weekend, it's not going to kill you, right? But in order to stay healthy, it's best to live by, we call it nature's laws, the mucusless diet, which is a plant-based diet. And what happens with a lot of people is after they've been on this diet for 3 or 4 months, they feel so good they don't want to go back to the other foods. And the ones who do try the other foods, it makes them feel so bad that they don't want it anymore. They get rid of it and never touch it again. And so they stay on this diet because it makes them feel good. And we all want to live a long time, but really it's about the quality of life. Who wants to live and be ill? I want to live and be vital and be able to work out and take care of my family and whatever I have to do. That's my thing, And that's what this the big thing about natural healing, it's a way of life that nourishes the body and keeps the body healthy. And it will add years to your life too. But I don't want to be a guy that, my last years I'm in a wheelchair or something, and I don't want to live that way, That's a good question. And it's up to the person, But like I said, a lot of people will stay on this routine when they start to see just how much healthier. They can go, after you've been on this diet for 3 months, you go to the doctor and get your cholesterol and your blood pressure, all that tested, and it will be, the numbers will be a lot better than they ever been in your whole life, so, yeah.
How does this apply to animals, like pets? Can you also use this for pets?
That's a good question. I know that you can because I have 5 dogs, and they're pretty much pescatarians. I feed them, they live on beans and rice and quinoa and vegetables, and maybe 2 or 3 times a week they'll get a can of tuna. And these dogs are healthy. Their coats are shiny and they're happy, take them to the park and they run, and it works for a dog too. As a matter of fact, I have a pit bull. He is 8 years old. I took him to the vet last year, and the vet was listening to his heart. He goes, "Are you sure this dog is 8?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "His heart sounds like a young dog." I was like, "Yeah, he doesn't get kibble or any of that stuff. He gets whole foods." And this dog's heart sounded like a healthy young heart. So.
How would you use a wheat germ mold?
Wheat germ mold, okay, there's two ways you use it. You can get it and take it in a spoon, but it tastes crummy. So your best bet is to get it in capsules. And you'll take it by capsule, probably 3 capsules a day. It also helps, the wheat germ mold also helps if your hormones are low. It helps build your hormones back up because of the vitamins. If you use it in conjunction with other herbs that help your hormone production. Actually, there's another thing I want to say before we leave is these routines. You can't just pick and choose, okay, I'll do that part, but I want to do this part. It doesn't work that way. You might feel better, but you're not going to get a full healing. If you're not willing to stick to all this the way it's written, you're wasting your time. There was a lady from the school, she wanted to boost her hormone production, and the routine was wheat germ mold, and there's 2 formulas they have, herbal formulas. I can't think of the name right now. I think female formula and something else. But she didn't like the wheat germ mold because it tasted bad. So she was doing the routine for 3 months, and she goes back to the doctor and her hormones aren't any better, so she goes to herbals, it's not working. And they say, "Are you doing it the way I wrote it down?" She goes, "Well, I don't like the wheat germ mold." They go, "That's why your hormones aren't better." So they got her on some capsules, and in another month she tested her hormone levels back to normal. So you can't skimp on any of this stuff, you know. And like if somebody has asthma, we take them off dairy products, and they'll come in and say, "Well, my asthma's not any better." And we'll say, "Well, did you stop drinking the dairy?" No. That's what's causing it. Dairy is horrible for breathing problems, you know.
What about the omega-3 fish oil? I didn't hear you mention that. Is that
Yeah, we don't.
something you should take every day?
The school doesn't recommend fish oil. They recommend flax seeds.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Ground flax seeds. You have to grind them, or your body can't digest them. And also, now they have an algae oil that's actually made from algae. So
I hear a lot of them promoting coconut oil now.
yeah.
Good or bad?
He asked about coconut oil.
Usually for cooking.
Yeah, is coconut oil good for cooking? We don't recommend it because there are studies that shows it can lead to plaques in the arteries over time. Actually, I researched coconut oil years ago. I was trying to figure out, well, should we use it? And I finally came across a doctor. He goes, "This is what I'm going to tell you about coconut oil. We use it to induce heart disease in rats, and it works really quickly. So coconut oil might be good for your skin. You can rub it on the skin, but I wouldn't recommend eating it a lot. No, it'll clog you up. And see, there's a lot of forms of heart disease out there. I don't know the names of them. There's probably 100 forms of heart disease. But the one that kills 99% of us is simply foodborne. The foods that we eat cause plaque in the arteries. So if you stop eating those foods, your chance of dying of a heart attack go way down. And coconut oil is not your friend when it comes to heart disease. All it is saturated fat. It's like, you look at the label, it's 14 grams of saturated fat, thick in a tablespoon.
Goodness.
It'll clog you up over time. So it's good for your skin and stuff, but
They're trying to do promoting it over the olive oil in some cases.
yes, and I don't agree at all. If I had to pick, I would pick olive oil every time.
Coconut industry.
Yeah, they make a lot of money. There's studies saying that coconut oil can help you lose weight. I'm like, okay. I don't see how a bunch of fat can help you lose weight. You know. The other thing about this routine, if you stay on this routine, you will lose weight. So.
I'm for that.
My dad lost a lot of weight doing this. What, 30 pounds or so? Yeah.
Well, 215, 20 pounds, I'm down to about 180 now.
Mm-hmm.
You get around though.
Oh yeah, you feel a lot better. I like to keep my weight around that 180, 175.
Linda lost lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah, she did. My mom, she was on this diet and she's lost a lot.
Yeah. She went on my idea, you know. She went on the diet idea. She cooked.
Well, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, they've been up for about 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, me and my mom have been on this diet for probably 7. I mean, every day we're not perfect. I mean, we don't low heat grains every day, but it's not about being perfect. It's about doing your best every day. And if you have a day where you eat, you know, cooked beans or something, you'll be okay, you know. But the whole goal is to make this a lifestyle. It's not a sprint. It's a lifestyle. You know, you make small changes. Some people can go on this diet like cold turkey. Some people, they need to work into it. Like every week we might replace a food item that they like. We can replace it with a vegetarian option. So, and these days there's a lot of vegetarian options for cheeses and stuff like that, you know. Of course, I won't want to eat it all the time either. Like, we don't want to eat a lot of vegetarian junk food, but there's ways to ease people into this lifestyle, you know. Well, I want to say again, I really appreciate everybody coming out. You really helped me, and you helped me grow in the school. So hopefully next year, God willing, I'll go out there and come back a master herbalist.